What's up, guys? Today I'll be talking about the manatee, the beloved sea potato. There are actually three species of manatees: the West African, the Amazonian, and the West Indian, but we'll be referring to the West Indian manatee, the most studied species. Their scientific name is Trichechis manatus, but there are also two subspecies. The first is the Florida manatee, or Trichechis manatus laterostris, and the second is the Antillean manatee, or Trichechis manatus manatus. From now on, I'm just going to refer to them as the manatee. It'll make it a lot easier for me to say and less complicated for both you and me. But now, let's get into their physical characteristics. Manatees are some pretty big boys, usually ranging from 9 to 10 feet long as adults, but some can even be over 13 feet long. They also usually weigh around 800 to 1200 pounds, but can weigh around 3500 pounds. Definitely a pretty big jump from 1200 to 3500 pounds. Surely those ones have to be bigger and fatter. Being triple the average weight while being maybe only 1.3 times the length is actually insane. Manatees have two front flippers and a big paddle-shaped tail. The flippers have 3 to 4 nails on each one and are useful for steering and to hold their food, while their tails are obviously useful for swimming. In fact, they can swim up to 15 miles per hour, though only for really short periods of time. Seems we've got something in common, manatee and I. And despite living in the water, manatees aren't fish but mammals like us, so they have to come to the surface to breathe, usually around every few minutes, but they can hold their breath for up to 20 minutes. Manatees have some tough skin with bristle-like hairs covering their whole bodies, along with whiskers on the snouts of their wrinkled heads and faces. As for their color, the manatee is gray, but sometimes they might appear to be more green or brown because of organisms like algae that grow on their skin. Wait, why would algae grow on manatees? Well, algae thrive in wet areas with lots of sunlight, so let's do some critical thinking. The manatee lives in the water, a wet area, and often comes to the top of the water surface, where there's lots of sunlight, making it the perfect place to grow on. Could you imagine if when we sweat, plants could grow on our skin from the water? That'd be disgusting. They'd cover our bodies and be like a built-in ghillie suit. I mean, I guess we'd be able to hunt super easily with the camouflage, but like, yeah, that's the only positive I can think of. Anyway, the manatee usually lives alone in shallow, calm rivers, along with canals, saltwater bays, and coastal areas, being able to move from freshwater to saltwater areas without a problem. They also like to chill near the shore filled with aquatic vegetation like seagrass and eelgrass. Pop quiz! Where do you think the Florida manatee lives? Did you think Florida? Well, good job, buddy, because you'd be wrong. Kinda. Florida manatees are normally found in Florida for most of the year, but during the summer, they can actually be found as far west as Texas and as far north as Massachusetts. Now, manatees aren't the most cold-tolerant animals, not being able to handle water temperatures colder than 68 degrees Fahrenheit. So during cooler months, they rely on warmer water from natural springs and even from man-made power plants. Yeah, you heard me right. They'll chill around power plants. The Florida Power and Light Company has literally seen over 300 manatees together around the Fort Myers power plant. But anyway, during the winter months, they're usually concentrated in peninsular Florida. Because of their eating habits, manatees are also known as sea cows. They eat seagrasses and other aquatic plants along the coast, marshes, and rivers, making them herbivores. Despite this, sometimes small fish and invertebrates are unfortunate enough to get caught and eaten alongside the plants manatees eat. They can spend up to 8 hours a day eating seagrass and other plants, the same as a full shift at a job. Sorry if I scared you, but spending all this time of their lives eating, the plants and other foods can wear down their teeth, but manatees don't need to worry about taking care of their teeth. To put it simply, they've got an infinite teeth glitch. This is because they have the power of teeth replacement with molars that are continuously replaced throughout their lives. During the breeding season, a female adult manatee will be followed by a group of 12 or so males, forming a mating herd. So yeah, that's definitely an image to picture. Their reproductive rate is actually pretty low, since it's believed that female manatees birth one calf every 2 to 5 years, with twins being very rare. After a year of gestation, female manatees will often find a quiet, calm place to give birth, and the newborn calf is usually around 47 inches long and 66 pounds, but we're unsure of what the actual birthing process entails. Do I want to know? No, not really. The calf will depend on the mother and can vocalize soon after birth, likely being very important in the mother-calf bonding process. Unfortunately, the father manatee is nowhere present in the calf's life, so the female is a single mother. But she's a strong and independent woman. She don't need no man in her life anyway. For a few weeks, the calf is nursed by the mother with milk from the teats right behind their flippers until they start eating plants. And for the next year or two, the calf will stay close to its mother, swimming parallel to her and learning from her about feeding and resting areas, travel routes, and warm water areas. Surprisingly, manatees actually have no natural predators in the wild, but this doesn't mean they're completely safe though. They're classified as an endangered species, with their biggest threats being from human contact. Manatees have been killed by the sheer impact of our big ships or from the propellers, along with toxic algal blooms from sewage or fertilizer runoff, and habitat loss from human development along waterways. They're able to live pretty long lives of up to 60 years or more, but in the wild, only a few have lived past 30 because of these threats, with many not even making it past 10. And with how low the reproductive rate is, if this isn't properly controlled, they may become extinct in the near future. Despite the lightheartedness of this video, this is a very serious issue for these animals, and I really do hope there will be some kind of change to help manatees reach their expected lifespans. Fortunately, they're protected under the Endangered Species Act and Marine Mammal Protection Act, but I worry that they aren't enough. But anyway, that's all for today's lesson. Subscribe for more fish facts, and I'll see you next time.